Bosh and TJ Ford. The Texas twosome. Darts inside, using the left hand. Beautiful play, TJ Ford. Bosh against Turkaloo. Good. Tag ball game again. Power move to the rim. CB4 he's an ACC player. TJ Ford leading the break to the lane. Bosh! Here's Ford on Lewis coming. TJ Ford. And we are back live in Dallas with the Mavericks' 240th consecutive sellout. They're fourth in the league in attendance, over 20. Director Troy Clara, assisted by Matt Bloom and John Russin. Tonight, it's Dallas unbeaten at home. Chris Bosh and Jason Terry, two prime-time players. Terry loves the rock in his hand, especially in game clock situations, clock running down, especially in big-time money situations. CB4 returns to his native state and also hometown. Our starting lineups.
For the Raptors, Jamario Moon, Andrea Bargnani getting the start, along with Chris Bosh, Maurice Ager, Sagana Diop, Dirk Nowitzki up front for the Dallas Mavericks. And in the backcourt, TJ Ford, Anthony Parker up against Devin Harris, one of the quickest players in the league, and Josh Howard.
And the head coach of the Toronto Raptors is Sam Mitchell, his ball club, the first of three straight on the road.
And Sam Mitchell knows how important it is. His team has struggled at home. They have to continue their winning ways, 3-1 on the road this season, and a tough place to do it here in Dallas, Chuck.
Yeah, well, the Raptors have not won since 1999 at Reunion. Avery Johnson, fastest ever to record 150 victories.
Walked into a pretty good
Yes,
team,
he did.
so that helps a little bit. But Avery Johnson's done a pretty good job. He really wants his team to call each other out this season, Chuck, to challenge one another on the floor, not just wait for him to do it.
Our IBM winning strategies. What do you have for us tonight, Leo?
Well, get back. The Mavericks averaging 103 points a game. They're seventh in the league. These guys love to get out in the open floor. You have to get back if you want to have any success, especially in Dallas. Make Dirk put it on the floor. He's a tremendous scorer. Can't allow him to spot up and shoot. Make him work hard to get his offense. And finally, create opportunities for each other. The Raptors, when they win, they're 27.5 assists a game on the road. You want to get it done in that manner.
Chris Bosh, out of Dallas, Texas, Lincoln High. He has never won in Dallas as a professional. He's 0-4, but averaging a double-double against the Mavericks of 18 and 10, shooting 45% in the building. And TJ Ford has never won as a pro either as a Buck or as a Raptor. He did win collegiately in the Big 12 tournament as a member of the Longhorns at the University of Texas.
TJ Ford has been rolling. Andrea Bargnani back in the starting lineup. Chuck, this may be as much of a confidence issue, putting Andrea Bargnani back into the lineup, as much as necessity, because you got to get this young man going somehow.
Dirk Nowitzki, the numbers are down, Leo, but he's not complaining because he is trying to do his very best to handle the rock, give it up. His assist ratio at an all-time high in his career. Josh Howard has been fabulous.
Well, Dirk Nowitzki knows he's got a great supporting cast, and he wants to play with his team.
And we are underway. Dallas with a mark of 7-2. This is the first of 4 games, 5 nights. And Devin Harris, one of the fastest players. This is going to be a track meet tonight with Harris and TJ Ford. Nowitzki giving it up on the lane. Ager sweated by Bosh and goaltending on CB4.
I don't know if I agree with the goaltending call, Chuck, but Chris Bosh had an opportunity to just grab this ball out of midair and retain possession. That ball was well short when Chris Bosh got his hands on it. Sam Mitchell trying to argue the call with the officials to no avail.
What do you establish here for the Raptors offensively against Dallas?
You want to get going to the basket, especially in this matchup here. Chris Bosh has to attack Diop, and he does.
Diop, a shot blocker with 22 blocks on the season, 6th in the NBA.
There is no way Diop can handle Bosh's quickness if Dallas stays with this.
And we've got a whistle off the ball. I'm sure not why they stopped play.
Well, I think the officials also telling Sam Mitchell to calm down after the first call. Telling everybody on the bench, just settle down.
This is your matchup with Nowitzki and Bargnani sliding in the lane, giving it up. Harris with the touch pass. Ager, a very athletic player, but a streaky shooter, not a very good ball handler. And it's T.J. Ford. Ford working against Harris. And a spin on the baseline, now a switch. They double T.J. Ford, allowing Moon for a good look from 17. Booker.
Yeah, it took a little while for Moon to get there, but when you see that double team coming, you have to get to the open areas. And Avery Johnson taking a quick 20 doesn't like what he's seeing out there right now.
What do you think he's saying to Harris and Ager?
I think he's talking about defensively how you handle T.J. Ford. You don't want to get caught in no man's land. When Ford is playing around with the basketball, be decisive as to how you're going to handle that.
Avery Johnson, just a spectacular start, as Leo Rollins mentioned. However, he's had some very good players, but he's made the most of them.
No, he has, and very demanding coach. He learned the game, obviously playing for the San Antonio Spurs with Greg Popovich. And here's T.J. Ford. Look at him, the way he's playing around the ball. And Dirk's not sure if he should come and double. Harris isn't sure what he should do, and that leaves Jamario Moon wide open. Also, the help not coming over, and that's why Ager was in that mix talking to Avery Johnson.
So after the timeout, Mavericks basketball with Harris swinging it to Ager. Former #1 pick out of Michigan State 2 years ago. And we have 3-second violation against the Dallas Mavericks. There is a look at Maurice Ager.
Yeah, offer some athleticism for this Dallas team. He gets out there and he's supposed to be one of the energizers, kind of like Moon in terms of what he offers for Sam Mitchell.
Nice cut to the rim and a dunk by Anthony Parker, counted in the foul.
But one of the points of emphasis for Toronto going into this game were hard cuts. Anytime you're coming to the ball, coming off a screen, make your cuts hard because Dallas isn't as aggressive as they need to be in some of those situations. Great pass, great finish.
As Parker going to the free throw line for the Raptors, shooting 70%. Nice start for T.J. Ford. He already has registered 2 assists in the quarter. And the Raptors with the 7-2 lead. We mentioned the Raptors' last victory in Dallas came December of '99 when Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady went absolutely bananas against Dirk Nowitzki and company. And Nowitzki threw a wild pass and it sailed away out of bounds. As Ford dances off in front of the Dallas bench. .12 on the clock. Moon turns, shoots the baseline jumper flat, and it's Josh Howard with the board. Howard has really blossomed, coming to his own, 11th in the league in scoring, averaging 22 per game. In fact, Nowitzki is 3rd on the team in scoring.
Well, you know, during the course of the season, that will change.
Jason Terry is 2nd on the ball club in that department, and T.J. Ford's pass deflected away out of bounds by the Mavs.
As a matter of fact, Chuck, right now, one of the things Dirk Nowitzki, even the start of this game, it's great to be unselfish, it's great to get your teammates involved, but he can't forget about his own offense as he being the best offensive player on this team.
On the inbounds, it's Parker. Bosh, straight up, the rainbow. Nope, long board. Comes out to T.J. Ford. Good hustle by the point guard of the Toronto Raptors. Shot clock at 24. Offensive rebound. Andrea Bargnani tried to turn on Nowitzki. Mosley giving it up.
Yeah, good decision. Another possession, take advantage of.
Ford. Bargnani for 3. And you can rig it up from downtown Thornhill. That goes to Jenny Dale, celebrating the big 5-0. Watching us tonight on The Score. We have a timeout, Dallas.
I like that. T.J. Ford. Andrea Bargnani gets the offensive rebound, is patient. T.J. Ford finds him for the 3.
Raptors by 8, early first quarter. Our Ford Coach's Edge, featuring the head coach of the Raptors, Sam Mitchell, a scouting report on how to stop the Dallas Mavericks.
Well, you look at Josh Howard, who's emerging as an all-star, Dirk, who's an all-star, and then you look at the job Avery's done with their team. It's going to be tough. They can score the ball. They've become a much better defensive and rebounding team. And, you know, they're one of the favorites in the West to win it. So going their home forward and beat them is going to be tough. But we played them well there in the past. We've had opportunities to beat them that we just haven't closed the game out. So hopefully we can do it this year.
Well, the Raptors are off to a good start, and that's something that's very, very important, especially this season. When Toronto gets off to a good first quarter, they're 4-1 so far.
Brandon Bass has come on for Dallas. He has been a great pickup from the Hornets organization. Very rugged, good mid-range post player. Josh Howard.
Interesting, Dirk Nowitzki not in the game. Avery Johnson maybe not too happy with his defense, giving Bargnani that wide open three, not being anywhere near him on that last bucket for Toronto.
Parker works off a Bargnani screen. 8 on the clock with TJ Ford. Ford running baseline, the fade, the fire. Nope. And we have a loose ball foul, and this will go against Dallas.
Yeah, got to be a little bit more patient on that shot. Raptors caught a break. And TJ Ford able to dribble on the baseline. See, Nowitzki caught down on the baseline with Ford, and that left Bargnani wide open for the three. But I like the fact that Bargnani's the one that got the Raptors the offensive rebound and gave him that extra possession.
Moon slashes, giving it up to Ford. Guarded by Harris, who just picked up his first foul moments ago. And Dampier to Harris. Our first quarter brought to you by Capital One. I wonder what's in Mark Cuban's wallet.
A lot of dead presidents, huh? Love to have that wallet.
Jason Terry. Over the years, he has just burned the Raptors with some clutch shots.
And he's accepted the role of coming off the bench remarkably well. People weren't sure how he'd react to it, but he has been tremendous, and it's really given his team a different look.
Mario Moon. Bargnani wide open. 3-ball coming up. Bam!
Oh, good decision. Andrea Bargnani stepping up. Nice pass on the perimeter from Moon. And Andrea, a lot of confidence early here.
Tell you what, Dallas going to give him that shot. It's going to be a long night for the Mavericks. 2 uncontested threes for Umaga. And Terry, speaking of wide open, and Jason Terry, somebody got caught on a pick as he was open on foul line left.
Well, Terry's just a tremendous scorer. He can knock down the perimeter shot. He loves to drive the ball to the basket as well. Just puts you on your heels.
And a foul as TJ Ford goes hard to the deck.
Now, if you're a Raptor fan, you go, well, I don't really like that. That's a hard foul. If you're a basketball fan, that's a good foul. You got to send a message out, and Dampier does. Get out of my paint. Don't come in here anymore. And quite honestly, Chuck, I'm old school ball. I think you need to see a little bit more of that in today's game. Be physical, challenge people that come into your house. You don't agree with that?
No, it's not that I don't agree. That's a big house. Eric Dampier's a big man.
But how many times do you see players play soft? They allow the opponents to just drive into the lane. That's unacceptable.
Well, the game has changed, certainly, from when you played at Syracuse in the early 80s and pro ball in Europe.
NBA, in the NBA was just so different. I mean, players are extremely physical in the lane, and I think that's an important part of the game. You're not trying to hurt anybody, but you're sending a message.
So TJ Ford knocks down a couple of free throws. Raptors on the road. Lead by 7. Nowitzki back in the ball game with Josh Howard to Jason Terry. Terry running baseline. Nowitzki from 15. Yes.
And I'm sure that might have been part of the conversation on the bench. Dirk, 1, play a little defense, and 2, shoot.
Remember, he suffered an eye injury early in the quarter last year in the opening frame and did not return with that blurred vision. Parker taking a stroll. Moon, Ford, Bargnani. Shot rejected by Howard. Josh Howard, line to the lane, slashes inside, a scoop and a score. What a play by Josh Howard.
Well, guys made 2 shots. He figured he's going to take the third one, and that's where Andrea Bargnani needs to fake and put the ball on the floor.
Bargnani turns, shoots, and scores.
I like that. Good comeback. Don't get shaken by getting your shot blocked. Come right back and shoot it with confidence.
Nowitzki in a spin, stripped and stolen away by TJ Ford. Here's Ford against Harris to the rim, up, counted foul. And for Harris, that's his second foul. And TJ Ford just took Devin Harris back to the University of Wisconsin. He took him to school. Wow.
Well, TJ Ford, he can influence a game in so many ways. And when he's aggressive defensively, he made a great read on Nowitzki. He saw him planting that step, turning into the middle, takes the ball, and great body control for the foul on the bucket. And then Bargnani got that shot blocked earlier by Josh Howard. Howard doing a great job in the open floor, finishing himself.
I will tell you, the scouting report on Nowitzki is that he loves to turn and spin, foul line in. And so the Raptors read that scouting report, did a nice job defending him.
Well, especially you can take some chances when Harris is in the game and get off of him, and that's what TJ Ford did.
Ford with 5 points, 4 assists. Here's Nowitzki, and he's starting to warm up here. I think that respite on the bench, ever so brief.
Well, he's got to shoot the ball. That's his strength. And be unselfish, look to attack, but he has to get his attempts up. If he's not leading scorer on his team, they're not going to go back and have the success they've had.
Bosh muscled up a shot, and then it went off Dallas out of bounds.
Now, talk about Chris Bosh being involved. We talk about Nowitzki. He has to get his touches. Chris Bosh as well needs to get involved, and this is the right decision here. Put the ball on the floor and attack Dampier. Don't settle when you got the big fella on you.
Bosh admits that he's still trying to work himself into game conditioning because of that layoff with plantar fasciitis. In other words, a sore foot. Missed a lot of playing time, and these 3 games he has struggled. He puts it up, counted foul, and that's the best way of getting out of a scoring funk, going to the hoop.
Yeah, you know, I think it's good for Bosh right now to come back and be at home. His little comfort zone here in Texas, and he's looking to break out of a little bit of a slump for him. And not that it's a huge slump, Chuck. He's had his reasons for starting out a little bit slow, but I also think he's a very conscientious player. He wants to do well. He's concerned about what his teammates think and the impression that he has as a leader on his team. So he puts a lot of pressure on himself, maybe more than he needs to perform well night in and night out.
So the Raptors leading by 9 as we near the 5-minute mark here. Dallas unbeaten at home. Raptors trying for a franchise best start on the road to go to 4-1. Dampier with the offensive putback.
And here's where the Raptors can have some problems, whether it's Dampier or Jop. And I think Dallas has to have a focus of trying to get their bigs as deep as they can.
Ford, the kick out. Bargnani off the dribble, has to give it up to Moon. Bosh off the hands of Howard into the arms of TJ Ford. Parker, the pass to Bosh, who bobbles it. And Bosh brings it way out in front with 9 on the clock. TJ Ford.
Got it.
And it's Nowitzki snapping the outlet to Terry. They're going to post up. Nowitzki with Bargnani playing him on a face-up. On a spin, on a pump, missed, rebound, controlled by Andrea Bargnani. Good hustle by Andrea Bargnani.
That's right. On the offense, whether it's offensive or defensive rebounding, get a hand on it, keep it alive. He tapped it to himself and got it away from Nowitzki. Dirk looking to be aggressive. Good help as he spun to the baseline from Bargnani's teammates, and they're tapping it until he finally got it.
So we have a timeout on the court. 23-16 first quarter in Dallas. The Raptors first of 3 straight on the road. Here in Dallas, that means another sellout of over 20,000. That's 240 consecutive sellouts. Our Gatorade Game X Factor tonight. As yours truly and Leo Rotten selected 2 players that will be factors in this ball game. I selected Andrea Bargnani and Sagana Diop as Leo's selection with the Dallas Ball Club.
Well, Bargnani's off to a good start. Diop, I just mentioned the fact that I think Dallas really needs to focus in on whether it's Diop or Dampier to get down low, but you have to like Bargnani's effort, Chuck. He's active, he's aggressive, he's looking for a shot. Even after getting a shot blocked, he came right back and knocked down the next attempt.
He did some pretty good things against Golden State on Sunday.
Yeah. I mean, I think people make a big deal. There's so many expectations for this young man, and he's doing fine. You're going to have your ups and downs.
Josh Howard leading the break after a Parker miss. Terry swings at Stackhouse, who's really bought into the role that comes off the bench here in Dallas. And we go with 9 on the shot clock. Stackhouse wheels inside on Jamario Moon, up and out.
Nice job by Moon to challenge that shot, Chuck. Got to be careful when you leave your feet, though. Stackhouse, the veteran, going to try to bait him into some fouls.
Anthony Parker, a no-go. Parker is 1 for 4.
Jamario Moon, tremendous athlete, Chuck. He can block a lot of shots, but Stackhouse trying to bait him in here. But look at the body control. Moon leaves his feet, but still manages to hang in the air. bother the shot and not commit a foul.
Yeah, he altered that shot.
Now, he loves the challenge of guarding players, Chuck. Mario Moon comes out there, works real hard defensively, and comes up with some spectacular blocks at times.
Stackhouse averaging 9 points off the bench as he delivers the pass to Jason Terry. Back to Stackhouse, the 19-footer. Popped out, and Jamario Moon, who's rebounded the ball very well over the last couple of ball games, 7 each in the past 2 contests against Golden State and Indiana, respectively. Bosh runs down that loose ball. Bargnani, quick catch and shoot. And Andrea Bargnani with his 3rd triple of the first quarter. And Andrea Bargnani has scorched the Dallas Ball Club for 11 here in the opening frame.
But we haven't seen this since the first couple of games of the season for Andrea Bargnani. What a start.
Stackhouse. Terry. Elbow 3. By Jason Terry. This is a typical Jason Terry. He is such a streak shooter. He gets in that rhythm, Leo.
And that's why he's such a luxury to have to come in off the bench and offer that explosive scoring.
TJ Ford, the soft fade.
Well, I mentioned off the top, how about Don Nelson's comments about TJ Ford and his talent and his quickness, saying he was just a load to deal with, comparing him to Steve Nash. Lofty compliments from a veteran NBA coach, Don Nelson.
Absolutely, as Ford has filled it up. 7 points, 4 assists, a couple of rebounds. He told me prior to the ballgame, he actually told me he'd shoot around as well. He goes, I want to win here. He goes, I never won here with Milwaukee, haven't won here with as a Raptor. Jose Calderon. How about the numbers on Calderon, Leo? Over the past couple of ball games, 15 assists, 1 turnover.
No, just doing a great job distributing, moving the basketball. And he does it in a different way than TJ. TJ's a lot more off the dribble, trying to penetrate, get into the paint, whereas Calderon is pushing it and swinging it.
This quarter is brought to you by Capital One. What's in your wallet? For Stackhouse with a rare 0 for 2 line appearance. Bosh with a step back, then a drive to the rim. Off-counted foul.
Another big-time move by Bosh against Dampier. We showed the clip off the top against the shorter Steven Jackson where Bosh hesitated. Look at that. Fake, into the paint, strong move, and the finish. Outstanding. Never lifted. A lot of times when guys fake that shot, Chuck, they straighten up, they lift, and that kills your ability to make the next move. But Chris faked and then attacked without ever getting out of his stance.
The play of Bosh and Bargnani and Ford have propelled the Raptors to an 11-point first quarter lead with 1:29 to play.
How about 30 points? I mean, 30 points here with 1:29 to go in the first, Chuck.
Dallas has given up only 95 per game. And Barea has come on, a 3-point shooter, 7 of 10 from the floor this year. Here's Jason Terry with a pull-up. Nope. Rebound, Andrea Bargnani, who's had a sensational first quarter here in Dallas. Calderon at the point. Calderon rubs off a Bargnani screen now on a switch. They've got Terry playing Bargnani. Andrea, and that's going to be a charge as Terry hit the deck.
I can't say I like that call, Chuck. Andrea Bargnani didn't turn into Terry. He turned into his own space. Let's see if the replay shows us something a little different. See, Terry's right up on him. You have to allow a player to turn. And Bargnani never had that chance. That's a no call in my opinion.
You're talking about the plane of verticality?
Absolutely. If you're going to get in a guy's face, if you're going to not allow him any movement whatsoever, then you're going to have to take the risk of taking an elbow in the chops.
Nowitzki challenging Bosh. No. Rebound CB4. He put the clamps on Nowitzki. Bosh did. Bargnani going for his 4th triple. That ball was halfway down the cylinder. Barea. Brandon Bass, former SEC Player of the Year at LSU.
They really like him. Big physical presence around the basket.
Awkward looking hook that time. Off balance. The Raps will go for the final shot here of the quarter. Shooting 48%. 31-19 Toronto on the road. Calderon turns the corner. The kick out intercepted by Stackhouse. Blocked by Jamario Moon. And at the end of the first quarter, 31 first quarter points.
Andrea Bargnani off to a blistering start here, shooting the ball with 11 points in the first, and the Raptors, Chuck, 31 points to start this ball game.
They are really bringing it here in Dallas, Texas. Second quarter coming up on the score. Welcome back to Dallas. Our MTD first quarter stats. That stat sheet looking pretty good.
Well, both teams shooting the ball reasonably well. Raptors just under 50% there, 3 of 6 from behind the arc. Also getting to the line and perfect from the line out, rebounding the Mavericks by 7. And Andrea Bargnani doing the damage, Chuck. Feeding off of his teammates, TJ Ford. One of his 4 assists going to Andrea Bargnani, who's 3 of 5 from behind the arc. And also stepping inside and finding his jump shot in the paint.
But a splendid first quarter for Bargnani, also for Bosh. And Ford, there are the numbers for Bargnani and Nowitzki.
Yeah, after 75 games, a lot of similarities between Bargnani and Nowitzki.
So Calderon hoists up a shot and connects from 17. And Calderon joined by Humphries, Delfino, Bargnani, and Moon. The second quarter, Chuck Swirsky, Leo Rounds. We are in Dallas, Texas on the score.
Jose Barea being pounded by Carlos Delfino. I should say Calderon.
Barea short.
And Barea played his ball for Puerto Rico this past summer, Chuck, in a tournament of the Americas. Really a quick player that can push the tempo of the game.
So he and Carlos Arroyo were in the backcourt. Did you play against him?
Oh, coached against him, Chuck. Did a great job. Him and Carlos Arroyo were the backcourt for Puerto Rico.
This is number 4. Andrea Bargnani with 4 triples.
Raptors getting great penetration, movement, kicking that ball out, getting wide open, uncontested shots.
36-19, Toronto. That's a no-go for Nowitzki. And then a play on, it's loose. It's tomorrow Moon. Moon brings it out on the elbow. Delfino swings it. See, Bargnani gets a touch. He's had a hot hand. Delfino, 9 on the clock. Turns baseline. Humphries, Moon, Bargnani on a post-up. Turn, shoots, and rebounded by Howard. Remember a couple of years ago, Leo, we were doing a game and the Raptors were ahead by 26 here, and they lost in overtime.
But Dallas is one of those teams that put a lot of points on the board when they get on one of the rolls. You can never get comfortable. Nice job by Barea showing his quickness.
How tall is Barea?
Oh, he's short. He's about 5'7".
My kind of guy.
And, you know, the funny thing is during the summer, not a three-point threat whatsoever, but doing a great job in season already for Dallas, knocking down the long-range 3. Andrea Bargnani throwing a body around over Chuck. Leafs are coming to Dallas on Friday. Bargnani saying, hey, I can do a little bit of this. Stackhouse saying, boy, that guy eats a lot of pasta. And there's the kickback. Bargnani with that smooth stroke.
I'm sorry, if I'm a scout, there's no way I allow Andrea Bargnani to have an open 3 ball. No way.
Well, you can bet Avery Johnson's talking about that. Nice pass there from Delfino to Bosh.
Bosh with a slam. Chris feeling it with 10. Stackhouse, baseline, no. Rebound, Josh Howard. Nice job on the glass by Howard.
Raptors doing a real good job of getting back in transition, but Sam Mitchell preaches all the time here to get the steal. Don't give up offensive rebounds. You work hard to get back. Got to get the boards.
Capono from the curb, Jason Capono.
Wow, the Dallas fans here, Chuck, don't know what's going on. They're in awe of the Raptors offense at this point.
A 19-point lead for the Raptors second quarter. Bass against Humphries, driving, puts it up and out.
Great job by Delfino to get in on a defensive board.
Dallas shooting 42%. 1 for 5 here in the second quarter. Bosh double on the ball. They seal him off. He splits the defense. He just posterized Nowitzki with a two-handed dunk. Timeout, Dallas.
Well, Avery Johnson has seen enough. Chris Bosh inspired play here in the first half.
Rack it up, Paul Graham, our producer. This is Chris Bosh. This is vintage Bosh. He takes the first step, slides through, and then Dustin Nowitzki says, I'm getting out of the way here. The next 3 games on the score coming up tomorrow, Saturday in Cleveland, and then at the Air Canada Center Sunday against the Chicago Bulls on CBC.
Well, you can't keep a good player down, and Chris Bosh has been extremely critical of his play to start the season, and he has come out like a man possessed here in the first half, attacking, putting the ball on the floor. How about this, splitting the double team and just taking the rim down. Career numbers versus the Mavs, a 20 and 10 guy, almost 9 trips to the free throw line, but already in this game, 12 points. And just some spectacular play going to the basket.
Kevin Harris leans in and scores. Tough angle, but Harris, who added 15 pounds of muscle in the offseason to help that.
He did?
Yes, he did.
Where'd he put it?
Well, he says he had to work on his strength and conditioning in the offseason, put on some weight.
He's one of the fastest along with TJ Ford
in the league, along with Parker, Tony Parker. Barbosa, also one of the fastest players in the league. Jason Terry, no. Here's Delfino. 42-23 Raptors. They run screen and roll. And Humphreys blocked. And then Dampier. The outlet goes to Devin Harris. Harris on a 3-on-3. Terry from the corner. Nope. Rebound Bosh.
Again, Raptors getting back. That shot by Terry contested. And that's the key. Get back at every opportunity to transition.
We have played 4.5 minutes here, second quarter in Dallas. Capono, open, right corner, and that's why Brian Colangelo picked him up in the offseason. He is a deadly and lethal three-point shooter. And Jason Capono off the bench with 5. The Raptors, 6 of 9 here in the second quarter.
Yeah, I was talking to Capono before the game, said he loves playing in Toronto, loves the city, just trying to get used to where his opportunities and how often he gets them here with playing for San Mission.
And it's a blocking foul against Carlos Delfino. The Raptors have outscored Dallas 14-4. Our second quarter brought to you by MGD. We'll be in Memphis, Tennessee tomorrow for the second game of a back-to-back. Darko Milicic is out with a thumb injury. Mike Conley out for an indefinite period of time with a shoulder injury.
Oh, he did have a big win over Seattle last night. Just pounded them.
And they lost a close game to Dallas a couple of nights ago. I'm anxious to see Juan Carlos Navarro.
Playing very, very well.
Trenton Hassel coming in.
Up front.
Yeah. Josh Howard leaves.
Trenton Hassel, interesting player for this group, Chuck. That here's a guy that comes in, role player, very physical defender, really gets after you. And again, toughness is a question for this team. You got to have guys like Hassel that are going to get out and really challenge you.
The Raptors on the road by 20. That's right, by 20. Bosh working against Juwan Howard. And Chris Humphreys, he just wanted it more than Dampier. He flew in from the paint.
Those are the kind of rebounds he gets. He gets you the hustle rebounds that you just don't think anybody's going to get a hand on.
Calderon took it.
Excellent job. Avery Johnson constantly talking defense. Can't be happy with what he's seeing right now.
Nope. And Juwan Howard fumbles the ball. It's loose. Goes to the floor. And we're going to have a jump. So sloppy ball handling by the veteran Juwan Howard. And the Raptors collapsed on Howard. And we're going to have a jump ball.
Quick jump ball. Juwan Howard put the ball between his legs. No Raptor touched it. And the officials just called the jump. There's Jose Calderon, Jason Terry going under, and can't give him that kind of room. Coming off the screen, he'll bury it.
Sagana Jop in for Eric Dampier. And the tap is controlled by Jason Capono and the Raptors. Raptors shooting 53%. They've got 26 combined of Bargnani and Chris Bosh. Calderon working against Jason Terry.
That's a tough shot. Little hesitation and just turned right into the face of Terry.
So Calderon has knocked down his 3 shots here off the bench. Leo, how do you explain the Raptors' success on the road but struggles at home?
I was just thinking, all the Raptor fans at the ACC have to be wondering, why you guys can't do this for us at home? What's going on? But, you know, you have to think that maybe the Raptors relax being at home. Maybe they haven't been at home enough with the preseason, but I'll tell you what, they love being on the road. They've had their best games so far in this early season away from home.
Welcome back. Chuck Swirsky, Leo Relton's on the score. It's time for Ask the Expert, brought to you by Rogers. And today our question pertains to continuation.
That's right. What determines continuation? This is Eric from Regina, Saskatchewan. And the key is, Chuck, the officials use the word, is the player gathered. For example, if I'm coming up and I go right through and you hack me and I go up, now here you take a look, Chris Bosh. He gathers himself, there's the contact, makes a shot, continuation right here. Ball's gathered, goes up, and scores. And again, so if I got the ball and I'm coming through and you hack me and I go right through that and shoot, it's a continuation. I get the bucket, you get the foul, and you have no game.
Okay,
foul.
Now that's what the book says. However, do you feel, Leo, that officials have a different rhythm towards continuation?
There's always going to be differences, Chuck, but it's not. Remember the old NBA? I mean, a guy would get hit and take about 15 steps and they'd still give him continuation. Those days are long gone.
49-27 Raptors. So that's our Ask the Expert. And that ball, I think Bosh took his eye off it, almost like a wide receiver trying to catch that football, and he's ready to run. Well, Bosh was ready to take that ball and drive to the cup.
And it's very important for the Raptors not to relax. Every possession is so important because, as you talked about, big leads have gone away for the Raptors in this building.
Hassel, Harris, 3 ball.
This Dallas Mavericks team has so much confidence offensively. They can come back from huge deficits, and this crowd really gets behind them.
And off the ball, we've got a foul on Sagana Diop. How about Avery Johnson? I mean, he's probably saying, I don't get it. We're 5-0 at home. We came out, and the Raptors took it to us.
It's a good look right there for Devin Harris. And give up offensive rebounds and put yourself in tough situations defensively. Sam Mitchell preaches that all the time.
Short on the jumper for Calderon. Harris running the floor. The trailer was Howard, and there's Diop. Former 8th pick in the draft. Cleveland gave up on him, but he has really developed into a nice player here in Dallas. Harris, line to the lane. Contact. He hits the floor to foul.
Yeah, I mean, it's easier said than done. He's so quick, and even though he hit his last jump shot, he's a guy that you really try to get off and encourage him to shoot. This is what he wants to do. This is his game, attacking, driving to the basket. You want to take him out of his comfort zone and force him to be a shooter as much as possible, and hopefully TJ Ford's quickness, as Calderon takes a breather, can force him to do that.
Leo, the Dallas Mavericks, they've been struggling with their free throws. They missed 12 the other night in their victory over Memphis, and they're one of the better free throw shooting teams in the NBA along with the Raptors.
Again, early in the season, teams go through various funks, but when it's all said and done, they will be among the leaders in the NBA at the line.
Bosh and an ISO against Sagana Diop. Double on the ball. Jarred loose. Turned it over. Dallas basketball. You think Bosh is getting a little tired?
No, I think sometimes less is more, Chuck. You don't have to use too many words. We're moves playing against a guy like Diop. Attack him, quick move, go on the baseline, see the bucket.
Harris on a pump. Howard, the foul line jumper. And we're going to have a timeout, Toronto.
It's a good timeout by Sam Mitchell. Settle his troops down again.
So the Raptors up by 18 with 3:50 to go first half. The window of opportunity for Dallas, Leo, where is it at right now?
I mean, they're still a strong team and there's still life there, but you could see last year very disappointing. The finals the year before, and they lost in the first round to Golden State, the team we just saw. And what was surprising in that, Chuck, is that here's a team that won 67 games last season. They go into first of all, they gave Golden State a chance. Avery Johnson rested his starters and allowed Golden State to win. They needed every win to finish out the season to get into the playoffs. They're the one team that had Dallas's number during the season, and Avery Johnson allowed them an opportunity to get into the playoffs.
Paul Westphal, the former head coach of the Phoenix Suns, took Phoenix to the NBA Finals, lost to the Bulls in '93. That year, Leo, they won 62 games. They had a great year.
I like Paul Westphal as a coach.
Now serving under Avery Johnson. 5 of the shot clock. TJ Ford off balance, rimmed out. Rebound Dallas. Dallas 50-plus wins, 7 consecutive years. Here's Harris to the cup and a left-handed layup.
Well, see, Raptors weren't allowing this earlier on, and you really have to get to Harris as quickly as you can. Don't let him get into the front court. You've got to get to him by the time he reaches half court so he can't build up a head of steam.
Parker. Nope. Rebound Bosh. It's the 10-0 Dallas run. Bosh wants to go after Sagana's shot. They give it up to Ford. They swing it to Bargnani. Good ball movement by the Raptors. And Jamario Moon misfired from three-point range. Everyone touched the ball that sequence. Dallas basketball with under 3 minutes remaining on the score, first half. Harris against TJ Ford. On a crossover, on a spin. Got tied up. And a whistle.
A better job of staying in front of Harris. TJ Ford cutting him off, and there's the help. Don't want to reach right there. You want to avoid when you got a player like Harris surrounded. Don't bail him out and reach for the ball.
Capital One at the half, featuring Adnan Burke, the bowler, right here on the score. Jay Triano will drop by with his analysis of the first half. Jay Triano, long-standing and serving assistant coach for the Toronto Raptors with Lenny Wilkins, Kevin O'Neal, and Sam Mitchell. 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. Raptors 49-37. TJ Ford, the dish. Bosh went up for a dunk. It's loose, and Bosh recovers. Raptors have missed their last 4 shots. They got TJ Ford working against Sagana's shot, and a deflection. Raptor basketball. And Andrea Bargnani, who's having a spectacular first half. And for Andrea Bargnani, we've got him with 16.
Yeah, and he's a guy you don't want to forget about, Chuck. He starts out the game on fire the way he did. Get him involved in the game as much as you can.
Starting in place of Maceo Baston. Nowitzki.
And this is where Andrea Bargnani needs to trust his quickness, Chuck. He's a big guy just like Nowitzki. Don't be afraid to get up on him a little tighter and then trust your feet to move.
TJ Ford sent to the floor to foul.
Up and drawing the foul.
TJ Ford from the free throw line is 4 for 4. The Raptors are 7 of 7. Avery Johnson, a terrific point guard in the NBA with those San Antonio clubs with David Robinson.
Well, I love what, people challenged him. When they won their first championship, they said, this guy's got to make some shots. And Avery Johnson, they left him alone. They got off him. He made shots. Everybody knew he could lead, but he had to score, and he did what he had to do.
What they call him, the little general?
That's right.
Nowitzki out in front. Stackhouse. Sealed off. Good defense by Parker. Harris up top. 3-ball. Short. Nowitzki kept it alive, and Harris passed up the 3.
Good job by TJ Ford. He's staying in front of Harris, challenging him to shoot that shot. Last one looked shaky.
Stackhouse. Hassel.
Nice pass from Stackhouse.
Yes.
Had a moniker of being a selfish player for a long part of his career, Chuck, but he is anything but that. He is a scorer, but he will give the ball up for a good shot for his teammate.
TJ Ford is feeling it. And for TJ Ford, he is the third Raptors starter in double figures. Bargnani with 16, Bosh with 12. 5:41 first half. Nowitzki with a post-up on Bosh. All-star on All-star. Harris in traffic. No. Rebound, Harris. Nowitzki, 3-ball. Back ironed it out. And Jamario Moon with a rebound. And the Raps will take the final shot here in the first half. Raptors shooting 50%, 21 of 42 from the floor. Ford against Hassel. The tough turnaround. Nope. Rebounds Sagana Shop, and that ends the first half for the Raptors with 55 first half points. And on the road, they lead the Dallas Ball Club by 14. Just a splendid first 24 minutes for the Toronto Raptors. Bosh has brought it. Bargnani, Ford, Jamario Moon with 8 rebounds in the first half. And the Raptors trying to win in Dallas for the first time since 1999. And Leo Rollins is with Andrea Bargnani.
Andrea, tremendous start to this ball game. Does it make a difference to you whether you're in the starting lineup or not?
No, I don't think so, because last year I always start from the bench. I think we start very good, but we can't play defense like the 5 minutes. Like the last 5 minutes against the team not so good, because otherwise we got to keep.
55-41, joined by assistant coach Jay Triano. A lot of basketball in front of us, Jay, but I guess the obvious question, a lot of Raptor fans are watching the game saying, how in the world can you play so loose and free and fluid on the road, and at home you struggle?
I wish we had an answer for that. I don't know what it is. Our focus seems to be very good on the road. We start thinking about the games, and we're thinking about it all day, and nothing else to think about other than playing the game that night.
But Jay, one of the things when you play Dallas, transition defense, you only gave up 4 fast break points so far.
Well, this is a team that wants to run up and down. They want to put a lot of points up there. They have a lot of guys that can score, so they really want to share the basketball. We just got to get back. If we get back and play in the half court, we're very confident about our defense.
Jay, Josh Howard only 4 points. What have you done?
Well, Jamario's done a nice job. Jamario has some length that a lot of people don't expect. He gets up and he challenges shots, and he's also quick enough to stay with him as he moves without the basketball.
Very good. All right, thanks, Jay.
Thank you.
Jay Triano, the assistant coach of the Raptors. Jamario Moon, incidentally, Leo Rollins with 8 first-half rebounds.
No, I did a real good job on the glass. The Raptors as a team as well got up and out-rebounded Dallas Mavericks, but the Raptors shooting the ball extremely well, just under 50%. Dallas around 45%. 5 of 11 for 3. Raptors 8 of 8, although they only got to the free throw line twice in that second quarter, whereas Dallas got there 6 times. 10 assists, just 4 turnovers for Toronto.
So if you're Avery Johnson, what do you think he told his club at the half?
Get up, contest shots. You can't allow open opportunities, and run at the other end of the floor. Take a look at our IBM winning strategies. Number 1, get back. Mavs 41 points, great job, and only 4 fast break points, as we pointed out. Also, make Dirk put it on the floor. Hey, he only has 6 points at this point. So Raptors 2 for 2. And our third key is create opportunities. Raptors 3 for 3. Mentioned the field goal percentage, the 10 assists, and only 4 TOs.
Andrea Bargnani got it going early, folks. He has 16 in the half, and he knocked down 3 triples in the first quarter. He's got 4 in the ball game to go along with 3 boards. At 18 minutes, Andrea Bargnani in the starting lineup tonight for Sam Mitchell's team. Third quarter is underway in Dallas. Chuck Swirsky, Leo Rollins. As the Raptors put the clamps on Nowitzki and Howard, they combined for only 10 in the first half. Bargnani. He tried to get Nowitzki to bite on that head and shoulder fake. Came up with an off-balance leaner. And it's Devin Harris turning the corner. He got stripped out of bounds.
Well, Bargnani tried to draw the foul, but one of the things he did, Chuck, when he leaned in on that shot, he also knew that he's going to follow his own miss in case there is one. Made a pretty good effort to try to get the rebound.
Mavericks shot 45% in the first half, but they went 2 of 10 behind the arc. Nowitzki slashed it inside. There's contact. And are they going to call a block? Yes, they are on Bosh. A blocking foul.
Chris Bosh tried to get position in front of Nowitzki. Let's see if he's still moving. And Yeah, just moving underneath him as Nowitzki got into the paint.
For Bosh, that's his first, sending Nowitzki to the free throw line.
But you notice, though, Nowitzki's got to put it on the floor, and that's the key. If he gets his feet set and he has time, he's going to bury the jump shot. Sam Mitchell knows it. Even though he's a great scorer, percentages will drop if you make him work off the dribble left and right every time he's got it.
Hyundai bringing you third quarter action on the score with Dirk Nowitzki at the line. During this homestand, he has missed 9 free throws in 3+ games. Very uncharacteristic, shooting normally 80% from the free throw line, but he's down this season. So it's a 55-43 ball game. TJ Ford with the standing dribble on the elbow. Let's see what the Raptors run here. They swing it to Parker, come off the screen, rimmed out. Anthony Parker 1 for 6. Devin Harris with the trailer, Sagana Jacques. And they set a double screen. And Harris and Hassel starting the third quarter with a spin to the rim. Up and in. Tough shot.
Tough shot. Andrea Bargnani was right there trying to alter that shot. He still made it. I'm just surprised that Dallas doesn't look inside deep to Jop or against Dampier when he's in the game whatsoever.
Well, I'm going to talk about that when Dallas has the ball next time.
Nice pass.
And there's Bosh with a soft layup as Andrea Bargnani dropping a dime.
Well, see, Bargnani realizes he's going to attract attention. He's got the scoring going. People are going to come to help find the open man. That was a great look.
Well, the book on Sagana Jacques, do you think people respect his offensive game, Leo?
No, I don't. But I think he's a big body that, I think Dallas needs him to be a presence around the basket. Got to stay down. We talked about it in the first half with Bargnani. You're a 7-footer, Dirk's a 7-footer, but you have quickness. Stay down. You're not going to block a great player shot too often. Stay down and bother him. Don't leave your feet in that situation.
Nowitzki with 10. It's a 10-point Raptor lead. TJ Ford, the double pump, up and good. Boy, he put on the brakes, did he not?
And when a guy is that quick and he slams on the brakes, there is no way you're going to be able to stay there and bother his shot. That's an ankle breaker for you and me. If we try to stay with him and put on the brakes, it's over.
At least we know this Ford does have brakes. Here's Howard. Nope. Rebound, tapped off glass. The putback by Sagana Jacques.
And that's an area that the big fella needs to be involved in. He may not get the touches he wants, but he can always find opportunities for himself on the offensive board.
Ford again on the drive. Hang time, no. And it's Nowitzki to Devin Harris. Harris line to the lane, the hard bounce pass. And Howard is fouled with a push to the back and will shoot 2. Devin Harris, you talk about Ford's acceleration, baseline to baseline. Harris can match him.
Well, and earlier we saw Dirk against Bargnani. Stay down. Don't leave your feet. Make Dirk shoot over you. At the other end of the floor, though, Bargnani saying, hey, look at this. I got a little of this, too. Nice pass to Chris Bosh.
And no look.
Oh, this is a danger zone right now for the Raptors. You're looking at a 9-point game, and Dallas is getting up and down the floor. Sam Mitchell knows that it's about shot selection and taking care of the ball right now. If you don't take good shots, you're fueling the Dallas fast break, and you can't allow that to happen.
It's a 10-4 third quarter run by the Mavericks. Bosh picks up his second. 59-51 Raptors. Toronto's biggest lead at one stage of the first half of 24.
Now, Dallas is a good enough offensive team as it is. You don't want to help them out by taking quick shots.
And a foul on Sagana Jacques. And this will put Bosh at the free throw line for Jacques, his first.
Well, in this matchup, there's only one decision. You got to attack.
Tomorrow night, Leo and I will be on the score from Memphis, Tennessee, 8 o'clock Eastern time. And the Raptors road odyssey continues in Cleveland. That's an early tip time Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. And then Grey Cup Sunday, Leo and I will be on CBC. That's a noon tip at the Air Canada Center against the struggling Chicago Bulls. On Grey Cup Sunday. So it's 61-51 Raptors. Here's Nowitzki at the high post. And it's Howard working against Andrea Bargnani. They clear the side. Howard turns the corner. Hang time. Up. No. Rebound. It's loose. And it's Howard. A new shot clock at 24. And Sagana Jean picked up the loose ball, allowing Harris to jack up a three. That was a gift. That ball was just rolling around.
Almost every offensive rebound the Mavericks have had in this game, something good has happened for them as a result. Everybody has to be involved in the rebounding end of it for Toronto.
Ford brings it out. 4 on the shot clock. Line to the lane. TJ Ford high off the glass. Dirk Nowitzki, 3-ball, no. And Jamario Moon with his 9th board of the game.
He's just active, Chuck. He's always around the ball. Real nose for the ball, gets to the places. So not a surprise that he can have a big rebound in the game.
It's a good timeout taken by Sam Mitchell. Mitchell trying to settle his ball club down. The Mavericks on a 13-6 third quarter start. This crowd back to the ball game, Leo, after the Raptors had a very comfortable 24-point first half lead at one stage in the first half. And now
no such thing as comfortable.
No. Not after what we went through 2 years ago, up by 26, and the Raps lost in overtime. Our Hyundai, think about it, Leo. A little trivia here featuring the Dallas Mavericks and Dirk Nowitzki. Who was Nowitzki traded for on draft day in 1998?
Well, the only hint I'll throw out is it wasn't a great deal for the other team.
That's very accurate, Leo. You know, that's why we pay you the big bucks.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly something that's going to keep your job if you're the GM of the other squad.
So this is TJ Ford. Let's see what Raptors orchestrate here after the timeout.
Raptors are looking at a zone defense right now by Dallas.
Parker, Bosh, spins, turns. That's a 24-second violation.
And see, if you throw a zone out there, that's what you want to happen. You're Avery Johnson. Sam Mitchell very upset. But you want hesitation. You want time for a team to recognize what they're playing against and decide what to do. If you can do that for several possessions a game, it can really work out to your advantage.
Both teams have now recorded 5 turnovers apiece. A lazy pass by Hassel, deflected away out of bounds by Jamario Moon. And Jason Capono has come in for Anthony Parker. So Parker leads the ball game.
Capono did a nice job in the first half with 5 points.
Devin Harris, Nowitzki, the open shot. Howard passed by, and then he got tied up on a strong move to the rim. For Josh Howard, this guy has just come on. I mean, think about this, Lou. He was the 29th player taken in the draft.
Yeah, but when you look at what he did in college, Chuck, that may not have been justified because he was a tremendous player, and he just got into the right situation where he could prove his worth.
Well, he's the ACC Player of the Year.
Exactly. I mean, you're not talking about a Mickey Mouse conference. He comes out in the top conferences, Player of the Year, and he was just pretty much overlooked by a majority of the NBA.
And the Mavericks rightfully rewarded him in the offseason last year, gave him a new deal.
The Raptors have to be careful. They did a great job of getting to the free throw line in the first quarter, tapered off in the second, and Dallas, in the meantime, picked it up in the second, and now are continuing here in the third, getting to the line. Zone again.
Let's see how the Raptors attack it with TJ Ford at the point. Capono. Bosh behind the back pass, and he tossed it away.
Well, that's where you got to be careful. Again, Capono was spotting up, and Bosh thought he would lead him.
That should not happen. Should not happen. 61-57. It's 16-6. The Mavericks have outscored the Raptors here in the third quarter.
And very important for the Raptors to maintain their composure right now. You know Dallas is going to make a run. They're not going to walk away, but another turnover by Toronto.
Boy, the third turnover for the Raptors. And they are simply unraveling here. 61-57 Raps.
Again, you know Dallas is going to make a run. You have to maintain your composure. Don't lose control. Weather the storm and keep fighting.
Harris, they feed the post. Nowitzki with Bargnani playing him. Contact, no whistle. Rim, no. Rebound, Bosh.
Now that time Bargnani stayed on his feet and just made himself a big obstacle for Nowitzki to shoot over. Good defense.
The Raptors need a bucket in the worst way. Ford angling off. And now almost turned it over, and he did turn it over. The third straight turnover for Toronto. Here's Harris, Howard, and we have a blocking foul. Boy, I think one official was going to call a charge. Mark Davis was going to call a charge, and Eddie F. Rush called a block. He had a better angle on that.
TJ Ford taking his time getting up.
Yeah, that's his third.
Here, wasn't sure what to do. Once you leave your feet, you're in trouble, though, and that forces a turnover, and Dallas doing what they do best, getting out in the open floor. Another turnover, that Bosh little flip. He thought that Capono was going to keep coming to the corner. Capono spotted up behind the three.
So, Leo, we've got Parker on the floor, Bosh, Humphries, Capono, and Ford.
And just to aggravate Sam Mitchell a little bit more, there's another turnover. 3 in a row. The Raptors just don't need at this juncture of the game.
No. Dallas scored the opening bucket of the ball game to make it 2-zip, and then the Raptors took over. But right now, we have a 2-point Toronto lead with 5:35 remaining third on the score.
They just have to settle down. Right now, they have to realize what they're playing against. It's a zone. Move that ball quick and go up strong.
Bosh, Banker.
There you go. Right down the seam of the zone. Right in the side of the lane. Chris Bosh wide open. Good pass inside.
Harris over Ford.
And that's what you want to do. Excellent job by TJ Ford. Cutting Harris off. Forcing him to shoot into the hand.
They're trying to work it inside for Bosh. Slapped away by Nowitzki. 12 of the shot clock. Ford crossing over, zigzagging, fade, fire, rim, no. Devin Harris to the rim. The officials are letting them play underneath the glass. And here's TJ Ford, the bouncer. Parker, layup, good.
Great look by TJ Ford. And you want to do that, Chuck. After you get a miss, force a miss on the other end, come right back to Dallas. Get them on their heels.
Raps have scored 4 straight points to increase their lead to 6.
Raptors are very confident they could run on this Mavericks team.
And we're going to have a foul on Josh Howard. Yep, good call by the official, Ed Malloy.
Yeah, Parker did a great job of getting in the lane. Talk about running. TJ Ford pushing that ball up the floor off a Devin Harris miss, finding Parker. Does a nice job finishing.
Jose Calderon handling the rock. Coming in for TJ Ford. Calderon, Humphries, Bosh, Parker, and Capono. That's your unit for the Raptors here in the third quarter as we near the 4-minute mark. Bosh comes up shooting. And the weak side rebound collected by Trenton Hassel. Hassel coming in from Minnesota for Greg Buckner. Jason Terry on the court now for Dallas. Jason Terry pops the rock and delivers.
He plays a lot like Calderon in those pick and rolls, and Sam Mitchell yelling out, you've got to do a better job of handling Terry as he comes off the screen.
And contact on Sagana's shot on Capono. And we're going to have Eric Dampier check in for Sagana's shot. Jop, his second personal. And Dampier, who played 11 first half minutes with 4 points, or rather 4 boards and a couple of points and 2 fouls. They give Bosh that shot. They throw it around the perimeter. They swing it. Parker, bam! Big shot, Anthony Parker.
That's just great ball movement right there. Look inside, then start moving the ball. Nowitzki very late at getting out on Parker.
It's a 7-2 Toronto run here in the third after Dallas has been knocking on the door, closed the gap to 2. It's a bend, don't break mentality right now for the Raps. Terry swings it, Hassel, Howard, smothered by Parker, turns the corner, Howard with a dunk. Oh, and Anthony Parker saying, how did he blow past me? I thought I had sealed him off in the corner.
Oh, he's also looking around saying, hey, where's my help? Come on, fellas, somebody's got to be there.
Bosh on a power move to the rim. Nope. Rebound, Nowitzki. And Nowitzki leading the fast break.
I thought there was some contact there. Bosh made a nice move, no call.
And Nowitzki challenging Humphries to the glass.
That's something that Dirk Nowitzki realized after that Golden State series last season. He's got to put the ball on the floor and attack more.
Jose Calderon, the soft jumper, no. Rebound, Jason Terry, accelerating, he motors over the timeline. Nowitzki passed up an open look, swings it, Hassel, the 15-footer. The Mavericks shooting 55% here in the third. It's a 1-point Raptor lead. This crowd on their feet. Bosh. Yes.
Great pass on Jose Calderon. Chris Bosh, no hesitation, burying that jumper.
Bosh with a 20.7 rebound night. Nowitzki up top, 3. And folks, we have a tough ball game, 70 apiece. 9 points for Dirk Nowitzki here in the third. And the Raptors' 24-point lead is evaporated. They run screen and roll again. Bosh running baseline. Humphries up, no. Dampier, Terry, down the floor, Nowitzki for 3. You gotta be kidding me. Dirk Nowitzki has put Dallas in front, 73-70.
Well, he wanted that shot. That ball was cut up before. Dirk Nowitzki desperately wanted to get another shot up.
It's a 32-15 run for the Mavericks. Bosh, book it. What a ball game.
And that's exactly what you want. You know you're going to have a tough ball game. Whoever's got the lead, it doesn't matter. You just have to continue to battle. The Raptors had a great game now.
Bosh with 10 here in the third. Nowitzki on fire. Bam! Dirk Nowitzki. Leo, I mean, the Raptors need to make
time to get up on.
I would think so. Dirk Nowitzki.
He knows he's in the zone right now.
Yeah.
Jason Terry did a great job of getting it right back to him.
I mean, he is filling it up like a 10-gallon hat here in Texas. My goodness. Calderon for 3. Nowitzki and Howard battling for the rebound. With 18 seconds remaining, 76-72 Dallas. Terry with 4 seconds remaining. Nowitzki with a catch and shoot. Oh my goodness. Dirk Nowitzki with 18 third quarter points. The Mavericks outscore the Raptors 38-17 in a spectacular single performance by Dirk Nowitzki. 79-72 Dallas at the end of 3. Welcome back to Dallas, Texas, our President's Choice third quarter stance.
Well, Dallas is completely taking over that game in the third quarter, shooting almost 52%. The Raptors have dropped down to 45. Dallas on fire from 3, 7 of 16. And got Dirk, yes. They got Dirk all right.
Is it safe to say we're going out on the limb here, folks, our Sprite Impact player?
Well, that's as an impressive three-point shooting display as I've seen this season, Chuck, or in a long time. Just Dirk coming down and firing it up. 18 points in the third quarter. They're not doing a good job. You have to fight over screens.
Capono ran down. 80. And the ball knocked out on a shot attempt. Calderon, Bosh, Moon. He's going to hoist up a three, and he makes it. Jamario. 82-75 Dallas. Storm back. Howard's open. Hit back rim.
Nice job by Parker, staying in, make sure they get the rebound. Now it's time for the Raptors. They've settled down right now. Now start moving the ball around to get something good happening offensively.
We apologize for the video problems we're experiencing. We're going to take care of business there. We'll give you the play-by-play. As Capono swings it to Calderon. 4 on the shot clock. Jose Calderon. Book it.
Oh, that was a tough shot right in the face of Hassel. Just brought the ball up right through his chin.
So while the video is scrambled, it's 82-77 Dallas. As the Raptors have scored 5 straight. He is tough.
He's got the size and quickness matched up against Parker, just using that dribble to give himself a little bit of room to shoot over.
Capono.
Nice pass.
Yep, right underneath the Bosh. Nope, and a late whistle and a foul.
Bosh has been trying to get that call. He's had a few pass from Jason Capono as he gets into the lane, and Chris Bosh gathers himself and just goes up strong, trying to get over Dampier and Nowitzki.
Now Nowitzki did get the ball. Nowitzki gets a much-needed rest. Don Nelson and Donnie Nelson Jr. wanted Nowitzki a long time. They had scouted him in Germany, Leo, and that was a guy that they had targeted and they had coveted. Pat Garrity was also in that deal.
Well, you know, Donnie Nelson has fallen the European.
Now, and we have an illegal screen by Dirk.
On Terry right now. He blocked his last attempt here, fighting over the screen. As we talked about, you can't go under and foul.
So Dampier goes to the bench for Sagana's job. So you got Calderon, Delfino, Bosh, Moon, and Capono. We have not seen Andrea Bargnani. They're going to call this on the floor, not continuation for a shot. Speaking of continuation, as you so eloquently diagrammed in the first half.
Andrea Bargnani, we talked about him only playing 6 minutes thus far, and Sam Mitchell says, okay, time to put him back in there.
Calderon fires and scores.
I like what Jose is doing right now, Chuck. I mentioned the defense. He's shooting that ball with confidence. He knows he's got the hot hand, and he's looking for that shot.
So they trap Terry to take the ball out of his hands, and Stackhouse working against Capono.
And notice Bosh really hedging, not allowing Terry to get a look, so Calderon can get over.
Good defense, that sequence by the Toronto Raptors, and Calderon running a very efficient half-court set. Calderon, Delfino, and he stepped on the sideline out of bounds.
I don't know if he was expecting that ball, Chuck. He had a good opportunity to get a shot up. It did look like he thought that pass was going to come to him.
When we return, Andrea Bargnani will be coming in, but for Delfino and the Raptors, they trail by 4. Coming up starting tomorrow in a back-to-back at Memphis on the score. Also on the score Saturday in Cleveland. Sunday on CBC with the Bulls who trailed Detroit by 16 in the third quarter. Our smooth play brought to you by MGD. And there's Bosh.
Chris Bosh splitting the double team and throwing it down. Getting right by Bass and then dunking over Nowitzki.
CB4 tonight, 37 minutes, 23 points, 7 rebounds, a blocked shot, and 1 assist.
And he's working hard, Chuck. Chris Bosh getting a breather right now, but really working hard in this ball game to try to get his team on track.
Nice entry pass. Howard up and out, but he will shoot 2. Leo, you know, the Raptors squandered that lead, but they have survived the storm, so to speak. They're still in this ballgame, very much so.
Yeah, and that it's important to remember that those things are going to happen on the road, especially here in Dallas. And the worst is over. And right now, Raptors have to maintain their composure and execute, play good, solid defense.
For those of us who just joined us, Sam Mitchell's team came out on fire. Bargnani hit 3 triples. He had 4 in the half. Raptors led by as many as 24. And then in the third quarter, Dirk Nowitzki, he was in the zone. And we've seen a lot of individual great performances. Dirk Nowitzki owned the third quarter with 18 of Dallas's 38.
Yeah, I just love the way he was coming down. Hands up. His eyes are wide open. Oh, just give it to me. Give me another one.
Calderon. And he threw it away. And it's a 3-on-2. Howard, Sagano's shot with a dunk. The Raptors slow getting back in transition D.
Also have to be careful when you're throwing that pass to a big man inside. Sam Mitchell wants to talk about this. Don't wait too long. Just give him the ball. And don't try to be too cute with the pass. And he had Bargnani leading one way, and he went the other way, and there's the turnover. And Job doing a real nice job of giving it up and getting it back from Josh Howard.
For the Raptors, 10 turnovers leading to 14 Dallas points.
Now you see it oftentimes. You see a big man in the post, and you're looking at him, then you finally throw the pass, and well, now he's fighting off a guy. Give it to him. You see him there, throw it in.
Or sometimes you get a big man feeling, I did my job, I came up with the steal, and he Once again, we apologize for the video difficulties that you're experiencing. We're doing our very best to rectify the problem with Andrea Bargnani going to the free throw line.
Now, whether it's Bass or Job against Bargnani right now, Chuck, he's got the ability to put the ball on the floor and get into the paint exactly the way he did. That was an excellent drive.
Andrea Bargnani with 17. Capono checks out. Bosh returns. So Bosh, Bargnani, Moon, Calderon, and Delfino. 7:53 to go. Lots of time for the Raptors to come away with road victory to start this 3-game journey that will take them to Memphis tomorrow and Cleveland on Saturday. It's 88-81 Dallas. The Mavericks unbeaten at home. They're 5-0. They're 7-2 overall in the first of 4 games in 5 nights. Harris, Stackhouse, Jop, back to Jerry Stackhouse on a pump. Nope.
Even though he got faked out, Jamario Moon left his feet, still managed to recover somewhat to get a hand up on that shot.
Slashing inside, Bargnani, Calderon, Bosh with 7 ticks on the clock. Bosh with the spin, Bosh, hard banker, nope, that ball never touched the rim, and a block by Sagano's Jop and a 24-second violation.
Sam Mitchell talking to Chris Bosh the first time he got the ball. Right now, he said he wanted Bosh to just drive all the way with his left hand. Instead, he spun back into the middle, and that's where all the help is. Look at all the white shirts surrounding Bosh. Remember I said in the first half, Chuck, sometimes simple, less is more. You see that move, take it and go.
Nowitzki back on the floor. Howard, 3-ball. And the tip by Jop, no. Second attempt, no. Put back by Howard, no. And here come the Raptors on the attack.
The Raptors trying to break there, Chuck. Everybody's got to get in on the glass right now.
Calderon.
Now, he passed up a shot earlier when he gave it to Bosh. He's got the hot hand right now. He shouldn't be passing up too many jumpers.
Raptors by 5, or rather Mavericks. This is so quick, isn't he?
Yeah, that was just a big-time move on the baseline.
Harris with 19. He's played much better here, as all the Mavericks have in the second half. Bosh with a double-double to 23 and 10. Moon, 3-ball, no. Rebound, Stackhouse. Harris with a pull-up. And Jamario Moon with his 10th rebound, a career high.
Well, first of all, he stopped Harris as he came into the middle and went up in traffic to get that rebound.
Bosh with a spin, and up and under it, he's fouled and will shoot 2.
Chris Bosh, the Warrior, doing what he can here. Again, spinning into the middle. This time, no help. One-on-one with Jop, gets the foul.
So CB4 going to the line when we return. This is fourth quarter action on the score from Dallas, Texas. Before every game, Sam Mitchell goes over his Forward Coach's Edge game report, a scouting report on the respective teams. Tonight it was Dallas.
Yeah, talking about containing Howard, Dirk Nowitzki. For the first half, Raptors did a great job on Dirk Nowitzki, just exploded with 18 points in the third quarter. Howard has been pretty consistent throughout this ballgame. Dirk Nowitzki, 24 points on the night, 4 assists and 3, but it's those 4 in a row that really put it to the Raptors.
And we just received word from Jim LeBumbar, the Director of Media Relations for the Toronto Raptors. TJ Ford has sustained a stinger and will not return. What is a stinger, Leo?
It looked like he got hit. He came out of the game at one point, Chuck, and he was holding his right lower back. So you wonder if it's somewhere in that vicinity.
And he is in the locker room from what we understand.
Yeah, he had one drive to the bucket and he came back and just...
Yeah, it's in the arm.
In the arm, okay. Couldn't tell the way he was motioning to the trainers exactly what it was.
I wonder when we went to the floor, remember, down at the other end? Bosh, a no-go, tipped to the air by Jamario Moon, and it's Bargnani who collects it. But give credit to Jamario Moon for making that play possible. No doubt about that. The athleticism of Moon. 90-84, Mavs. Bosh on Nowitzki. Tough shot.
Yeah, lost his footing, still able to get it up and over Dirk.
Bosh with 26. It's a 2-possession lead for the Mavericks with 5:10 remaining. Nowitzki pulling for the ball. They go underneath to Stackhouse. The kick out. Nowitzki. And it's Stackhouse with a key offensive rebound. Avery Johnson calls out a play for Jason Terry. And that play says, give it to Nowitzki, back to Terry, way short. And a loose ball, and it went off Stackhouse out of bounds.
Very, very important. We were saying this over and over about the defensive boards not giving up offensive rebounds, but everybody has to be conscious of staying in. Nobody leaks out until you get possession of the ball.
Calderon with 12 points and 4 dimes. This is his ball game now at the point with Ford in the locker room with the arm stinger. Bosh. Parker works off a Bosh screen. And it's Andrea Bargnani. Bosh back to Bargnani. On a reverse shot blocked by Nowitzki as the clock was winding down.
Nice move by Andrea. I thought he just felt rushed there trying to get that ball off before the clock went out.
Yep. Nowitzki slashes inside. A wheeling move as he drove into the post.
Well, he took so much criticism when they lost to Gold State that first round about not taking Steven Jackson, not going to the basket, not being aggressive, and he's really worked hard to come back and look to be a guy that will get inside.
The lob pass to Bosh.
Excellent look by Calderon.
Yeah, you're right, Leo. Here's the MVP in Nowitzki, and he took a lot of heat after a flameout by the Mavericks. The 1 seed lost to the 8 seed Golden State.
And Dallas that won 67 games adjusted to Golden State style instead of saying, hey, we won 67 games, we're going to take it to you. And again, Nowitzki guarded by the smaller Steven Jackson, who we saw on Bosh on Sunday. Wasn't attacked enough, and here's the move by Nowitzki, getting into the paint. And if you're Bargnani, you got to get down a little bit lower, Chuck, and move those feet. Slide, cut them off.
7 on the shot clock. Nowitzki on Bosh on a drive using the left hand. What a play by Dirk Nowitzki with the clock expiring.
Wow, did it to the right, doing it to the left. Big time move.
94-88 Mavs. Bosh with a season high 28. Let's see if he can get the rock again. This is Calderon. And it's Devin Harris. It's a 4-on-3. Terry, Nowitzki, tied up by Jamario Moon, but we have a foul. And this will go against the Toronto Raptors, sending Dirk Nowitzki to the free throw line. We've got 2:49 remaining, fourth quarter. Welcome back, Chuck Swirsky, Leo Routens. Late fourth quarter in Dallas, Texas, our Gatorade Game X Factor. And tonight, Leo Routens went for Dallas Maverick, and that Maverick was Sagana Diop. He's clogged the middle. I went for Andrea Bargnani.
Yeah, Taylor 2 halves here. Bargnani with 16 in the first half, and Diop, all his points and rebounds came in the second half. Did a great job of altering the defense, or I should say the offense of the Raptors inside.
And TJ Ford, he's in the locker room right now with a stinger, an arm stinger, and that's when he went to the floor, and that's how we believe how he aggravated that arm. Very similar to maybe what he experienced in the playoffs as well.
That's right. Remember he went down and...
This is deja vu from 2 years ago, though. Remember, Leo, that we came in here on a Saturday afternoon, and the Mavericks were trailing by, what, 24 points?
Well, Raptors, this would be tied a second largest comeback in history for the Mavs. So they did an unbelievable job in this game. I mean, Avery Johnson did not like what was happening in the first half. His team wasn't moving the ball the way they normally do. Dirk Nowitzki was very, very quiet. And then they came out in the third quarter, and they just went hard at both ends of the floor. Dirk Nowitzki, unbelievable third quarter.
He also had some wide open looks.
Yeah, he did. Well, Raptors definitely had some breakdowns defensively. Gave up a lot of wide open shots, and the transition defense, which was very good in the first half, not so good in the second.
Parker is fouled and will shoot 3. I think Avery Johnson's game plan right now is, if we're going to get beat, we're not allowing Bosh to beat us. They're going to send a second runner at Bosh ASAP.
Yeah, you want to get the ball out of Chris Bosh's hands as quickly as you can. He has done a great job in this game. He's worked extremely hard. He's got 28 points. And at this point, Avery Johnson's going to force somebody else to help the Raptors take this game.
We'll be in Memphis, Tennessee tomorrow, as the Raptors look at Pau Gasol and the Grizz. And then on Saturday, King James and the Cavaliers on the road, also on the Score. And then Leo and I, if you can't make it to the Air Canada Center, join us Sunday at noon. It's Grey Cup Sunday with the Raptors and the Chicago Bulls. Parker makes the first 2. Raptors 15 of 18 from the line, with 2:33 to go in regulation.
And there's still a lot of time in this ballgame. Sam Mitchell knows his team's got to get up here, get some stops, and make sure if they get the stop, they don't give up that second opportunity.
You're exactly right, Leo. Get a stop and then get a rebound. Here's Terry. Pops, the rock, no. Rebound, Jamario Moon, that's board number 11 to lead the Raptors in that category. Parker beating Bosh. Up top, Bargnani, big shot, and Ilmago missed. Rebound, and it's tapped on the floor, and it's Bosh who yanks it down.
Well, what an effort. He wanted that first one, didn't get it, came right back and snagged it on the second effort.
Bosh with 28 points, 11 rebounds, 11 minutes remaining. Raptors down by 5. Now they've got Howard playing Bosh, wheels in, short, on a hook.
Sam Mitchell looked over at Chris Bosh saying, hey, plant and go up strong. Come right back to your strong hand. Don't go away from the basket like that.
Bosh has played 43 minutes. And we are down to 1:25 remaining. Devin Harris. Nope. Rebound, Jamario Moon in the corner.
The outstanding job of getting back in there to make sure the Raptors got the ball.
And quickly down the floor. Parker receives the pass. Parker slashing, pull-up, short. So the Raptors come up empty their last 2 possessions. And now, Leo, we are at the 1-minute mark in regulation, 96-91. This crowd of 20,272 on their feet. Nowitzki one-on-one with Andrea Bargnani. The fade, the fire, and a score. Timeout, Raps. Dirk Nowitzki with 32, 26 in the second half. Folks, and Avery Johnson trying to get his team ready, Leo, for the playoffs. He's scaled down some time for Nowitzki and the rest of his starters, trying to utilize that deep bench.
You can see what they did last year, disappointing loss, but this is a team that if they can be fresh, if they can stay strong and healthy during the course of the season, and Dirk Nowitzki, there's a lot of pride in this guy's game, Chuck. He had to swallow it over what happened last year, and he's back for a campaign where he wants to prove everybody they can win it.
Bosh, power move, and he draws the foul and will shoot 2 with 45 seconds to go. Leo, you've got Dallas, Phoenix, and San Antonio, the Spurs defending champs, but it's going to be interesting once again come April and May.
Well, Chris Bosh not willing to let this game in. Quick move on Job, going up into the body.
Bosh has played 44 of a possible 48 minutes.
Well, remember, he's still getting back from that knee injury. He's nursing that a little bit. He's got a back-to-back situation with Raptors heading to Memphis tomorrow night.
Bosh, 10 appearances at the line. He's made 7. And now you've got to come out and foul, which Calderon does on Devin Harris. Harris is 5 of 6 from the line. As Sam Mitchell trying to lengthen this game, 98-92 Dallas. This has been a bizarre game. Raptors were up by 24 in the first half. And another foul.
Well, Sam Mitchell yelling out to his team, go for the steal and foul. As you said, Chuck, right now, it's all about extending the game. Put the Mavericks on the front throw line and hope that they miss it.
Vanier Cup coming up on the score with the Huskies and the Bisons on Friday. St. Mary's in Manitoba. St. Mary's, Joe Paopao, who's the former CFL head coach and now an assistant with Waterloo. His son plays for St. Mary's, so it should be a good game. Pre-game starts at 6:30. So,
well, if you're a Manitoba fan,
you
Chuck,
better
the
believe
Grey
it.
Cup and everything that's happening, what a great time to be involved.
Winnipeg against Saskatchewan with Ken Austin and Eric Tillman returning to the Rogers Center with ties to the Argonauts. As Jason Terry going to the line. Dallas with its 100th point.
I think it's such a positive for this Mavericks team to have Jason Terry coming off the bench and real positive for him to buy into it. It's one of those things you do to tweak your team that can make a difference from one year to the next.
Andrea Bargnani forces up a 3. And now, with 29 seconds to go, it's going to be very, very difficult for the Raptors. It's going to be a long plane flight to Memphis, Tennessee, I can tell you that. And guys like Bosh and TJ Ford, both players are from Texas. Maceo Baston from Texas, but they've never won as a pro. Bosh went 44-0 at Lincoln High in Dallas. The state championship game was here. And Bosh never lost on this court. as a high school player. And then he played one season at Georgia Tech.
And I think that this has been good for him, Chuck. I think he needed something like this, coming back to Texas and just going for it with all the stress he's been under. And again, as we talked about earlier, putting the pressure on himself. And he has had a very, very good game here, 29-11. And he's done everything he can to try to help his team win this game.
I was at shoot-around today with Bosh, and he did not back off, said it's his responsibility. He holds himself accountable. It's no one's fault. He said that just the layoff with the plantar fasciitis, i.e. a sore foot, has kept him really from the conditioning that normally he would
And your
work.
rhythm, Chuck. He's a guy that's played, year-round, throughout his career. So your rhythm is affected. Dirk Nowitzki gets a nice hand leaving the court.
Bosh with the putback. So Bosh with 31. Terry is fouled by Calderon.
And the question is now, and Bosh left it all on the floor in this ballgame, Chuck. He came in here to Texas and played as hard as he can. How much is going to be left in the tank for the Memphis Grizzlies?
Well, again, this is a game that you think you can get, hope you can get, and even though the Raptors squandered that 24-point lead, it was anyone's game midway in the fourth. Don't forget, folks, you can join us next Wednesday with the Grizzlies for cocktails and clipboard for $100 per lady. It includes wine tasting, hors d'oeuvres, and a basketball one-on-one session with a Raptors front office member and a lower bowl ticket to the game. For more information, go to Raptors.com.
You're going to be there hosting with the clipboard, I presume?
I'll have the clipboard and you'll have the cocktail.
That works.
103-94 Mavs. And Ager with a foul on Calderon. Not sure what that's about if you're Avery Johnson, but Nowitzki was just absolutely brilliant. Fabulous in the third quarter.
It was kind of exciting to see for the Raptors. Dirk Nowitzki, quiet first half, really didn't have a major impact, just 6 points, couple of rebounds, but he came out in the third quarter and just lit it up with 18 points. There's 4 straight three-point shots.
Yes.
And you get that look. You see some great players, great scorers, great shooters. They get that look in their eye, and you know it's over.
This is a disappointing loss, however, for the Raptors.
When you're up 24 points, Raptors came out with fire. Fortunately for them, the Dallas Mavericks never panicked.
And now the crowd booing because the Raps continue to foul as it's a 7-point lead with 6 seconds to go. Andrea Bargnani, he got off to a great start as well.
Yeah, it didn't continue through the second half. Had the 16 points in the first half and just 1 point in the second half, but I think it's still a good confidence builder for him being, back in the starting lineup and just coming out playing as well as he did early on.
And you saw the Raptor bench, Jamario Moon with a career-high 12 rebounds.
Yeah, Jamario Moon very active in this game, and also at different times did a pretty good job defensively in some of his matchups. But here's a kid that just comes out and plays, does whatever he has to do, and again, always active, always around the ball.
Once again, T.J. Ford with an arm stinger, sustained in the third quarter.
Yeah, I have to see what the residual effects of that will be tomorrow.
Calderon turns corner, the kick out, Andrea Bargnani, and that three is good, and that will end the ball game. But the Mavericks rally from a 24-point first half deficit and send the Raptors under 500, now to 5-6 behind that man, Dirk Nowitzki. So the Raptors have very little time to collect themselves to get ready for the Memphis Grizzlies tomorrow night in Tennessee.